So here you study about various problems that India faced after its independence and how the government of India successfully tackled those problems. In this unit, you learn effects of partition of India, refugees issues, reorganization of states, problem of formation of government, integration of princely states. All these problems, all these issues will be studied in the lesson number 9. Dear students, India had to face number of problems soon after its independence. The day 15th August was not only a day of joy but also lots of problems too. We earned the independence with lots of sacrifices and difficulties too. First of all, partition of the country was a major blow. India was partitioned to create Pakistan, which brought many number of problems. The country was burned in communal fire. Many number of communal clashes across the country took place. Millions of people from both the countries, that is Pakistan and India, tried to choose their future in both the countries. It was a great challenge before India to tackle those problems, including refugees problem. Integration of princely states. The next problem that India had to face after the independence was integration of princely states. That was actually a big problem because we had 562 princely states when British went out of India. Some of the states agreed to join India, some of the states refused. Some of the states they delayed taking decision. At that time, it was really difficult to take a decision or integrate princely states. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel played a very effective role in merging all the princely states with the Indian Union. Initially, Kashmir, Junagadh, and Hyderabad refused to join Indian federal structure. It was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel who visited all these princely states and through political diplomacy he successfully brought them under Indian federal structure. He was very successful in protecting the national integrity and internal security too. He also set in motion the task of attaining national integration. The next challenge that India had to face was framing of constitution. India became independent in 1947. Independent India had to have its own constitution for the effective rule. But framing the constitution for such a vast nation, diverse nation, was not an easy task. Even this problem also had to be faced. The first Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, appointed Dr. B. R. Ambedkar as his law minister. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar was chosen as the chairman of the drafting committee and gave complete responsibility, authority to draft constitution for India. B. R. Ambedkar and others referred the constitution of the world and selected the best one for India's and framed the draft of India's constitution. Therefore, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is considered as the father of Indian Constitution. Under his chairmanship, the Constitutional Drafting Committee gave India a draft of the Constitution. This draft Constitution was accepted by the Constituent Assembly and gave India a unique constitution applicable to all the communities. One more challenge that we had to face after the independence was communal violence. It is said that people have lost more lives in communal violence than in wars. It is true in Indian condition. Hindu-Muslim clashes took a nasty turn and resulted in many communal clashes, later leading to untold miseries. As a result, when India was partitioned in 1947, the North India had to face a lot of communal violence. Lakhs of Hindu and Muslims died in communal clashes. When communal clashes were taking place, Mahatma Gandhi was in Naukali of West Bengal and in other places, meeting the victims of communal clashes and consoling them. The evil violence that emerged during the communal violence made Nehru to think about forming a secular nation. So he adopted secular principles in the administration. Though leaders like Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, Khan Abdul Ghaffur Khan opposed the idea of Pakistan, they could not prevent partition of India. Refugee crisis was also a problem. People from Pakistan, Bangladesh, Tibet came in lakhs. Sheltering all these lakhs of people and providing them jobs was a huge problem. Sheltering these millions of people was the problem of the day. They had to leave their native places and move toward the place where people from their religion were a majority. Around 6 million refugees arrived in India during this time. India successfully settled the refugees in different parts of the country. Bangladesh refugees preferred West Bengal as they had known the language. Pakistan refugees were sheltered in Dandakaranya project and Tibet refugees were sheltered in Bailukuppe of Mysore district and Mundugod of Uttara Kannada. The problem of formation of new government of independence was another challenge. But when the British government gave complete authority to Indians, it was Jawaharlal Nehru became the interim government's prime minister. Mountbatten handed over the administration to Indians and went off in the month of June 1948. Thereafterwards, Jawaharlal Nehru continued as the Prime Minister of interim government till the constitution was formed. On January 26, 1950, the Indian constitution was adopted. Babu Rajendra Prasad became the first president of India, and India was declared as sovereign, democratic, and republic. Through 42nd Amendment, the words secular and socialist were added in 1946. The integration of princely state was a big challenge. The 562 princely states had to be merged, but the 1947 India's Independence Act gave them freedom either to join India or Pakistan or remain independent. This became tough task to unite all the princely states with the federal structure. In this background, Government of India, through its instrument of accession, offered an opportunity to all the princely states to join federal structure. In fact, they were given privy purse certain amount of money from the government to merge their princely states with the Indian Union. But the special status which were accorded to the kings and royalties given to them were withdrawn in 1971 as it is against the principle of equality. During the integration of Indian princely states, Junagadh, Jammu Kashmir and Hyderabad posed tough challenge. But Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who is known as Iron Man of India, successfully integrated all the princely states with the Indian Federation. The Nawab of Junagadh wanted to merge Junagadh with Pakistan. He went to an extent of merging Junagadh with Pakistan and signed the papers with Pakistan. But the people of Junagadh revolted against his decision. Nawab of Junagadh ran away to Pakistan and took shelter there. With the opinion of people and the Diwan of Junagadh, the government of India merged Junagadh with India. In the year 1949, Junagadh was merged with the Indian Federation. Merge of Hyderabad. The princely state was ruled by Nizam Mir Osman Ali Khan. He wanted to declare Hyderabad as an independent nation. He used his police force called Razakars to suppress the Satyagrahis' demand. Many Satyagrahis were arrested, their properties were seized as they fought against Nizam's opinion. But the government of India sent its military to fight Hyderabad and they defeated Nizam and his army Razakars and integrated Hyderabad into India in 1948. The king of Jammu and Kashmir, Hari Singh, decided to remain independent. But when Kashmir tribals, instigated by Pakistan, rebelled against him, he was very much afraid, sought the support of Jawaharlal Nehru, and signed the instrument of accession to join Indian Union. With the opinion of Raja Hari Singh, Jammu Kashmir was merged with Indian Union. Indian army went to Jammu Kashmir and drove the tribal soldiers out of the valley. Today, one part of Kashmir is remained with Pakistan. UNO issued battle truce, that is, status quo, on January 1st, 1949. Therefore, a part of Kashmir is still with Pakistan, which we call it Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Let us see how Pondicherry was merged with Indian Union. Even after independence, the French had continued their hold over Puducherry, Karaikal, Mahe, Chandranagar. Many political parties like Congress and Communists organized satyagraha movements against them. As a result, all these, as a result of all these parts got integrated in 1954, Puducherry became Union Territory of India in 1963. Now, let us see how Goa was liberated. Portuguese continued to remain in Goa even after independence. Satyagrahis entered Goa from all over India demanding liberation of Goa, but Portuguese were very adamant. They brought huge police force, military force from Africa to suppress the demand of satyagrahis. The government of India sent its army. Indian army entered Goa by force, seized the power from Portuguese. This is how Goa was merged with the Indian Union. Goa had remained a union territory till 1987. Later it became a state. Reorganization of states on the basis of language. After the independence, the states started demanding organization of states on the basis of language. This was a new challenge before the government. Potti Sriramulu of Andhra sat for fasting for 58 days and died due to hunger. His demand was to create Vishalandhra. As a result, there was a severe violence and demand from Andhra Pradesh for the creation of Vishalandhra. The government of India created Andhra Pradesh in 1953. Taking the advantage of Andhra Pradesh, which was created on the basis of Telugu language, other states also revolted against the government. At this point of time, the government of India, under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, formed a committee. This committee is nothing but Reorganization of State Commission. It was formed in 1953, headed by Mr. Fazal Ali. K.M. Panikkar and H.N. Kunzru became its members, and they gave a report to the Government of India to form 14 states and 6 union territories. Even in Mysore state, there was a demand for the organization of state on the basis of Kannada language. So, as a result, as per 1956 State Reorganization Report, Vishala Mysore state came into being in the year 1956. Akhila Karnataka Rajya Nirmana Parishad had fought for the same. Vishala Mysore state came into being in the year 1956 and later it was named as Karnataka. In the year 1973, Karnataka was renamed as, in the year 1973, Mysore state was renamed as Karnataka. Dear students, this is about the post-independent India and this lesson is very important as we have 2 marks of question in the annual examination as per the question papers of the previous years.